Welcome. In this video, the event, Brand New Friends, will be summarized. Throughout the video, there will be spoilers for the story of Umamusume. If you don't want to be spoiled, please go and play the game. As children, a young Kita-san Black and Satono Diamond make a pinky swear, promising to stay together forever. Several years later, they're now students arriving at Tracen Academy. Along the way, Kita stops to help an elderly woman, a lost child, and a lonely old man, making them nearly late. Daya pauses to marvel at boys skipping stones along the river. They arrive just in time to hear the student council president, Symboli Rudolph, explain the purpose of the welcome race. Rudolph invites the new students to witness gifted runners compete so they can understand what it means to race at Tracen. Tokai Teo and Majoro McQueen then take the stage, exchanging playful but competitive remarks before the race begins. Kita watches with quiet awe, finding Teo almost too cool to behold, while Daya is captivated by McQueen's elegance. The two veterans pull ahead of the field and battle fiercely down the final stretch, finishing neck and neck. As they cross the line, a gust of wind washes over the watching students, stirring something deep within them. Both Kita and Daya feel more inspired than they ever have been before, moved by the sight of their idols chasing their dreams in a real all-out race. Standing together, they look ahead to their own futures at Tracen Academy, the school that they've always dreamed of attending. After the race, Kita and Daya excitedly debate whether Teo or McQueen was the better runner, each passionately championing their own favorite. A passing stranger remarks on how adorable the two girls look, prompting them to compose themselves and agree that both racers were incredible. Kita shares her dream of making people smile through running, inspired by both Teo and her father, a beloved man in their town who always puts others first. Daya explains that winning G1 races is not just her family's wish, but her own personal dream, as she was born from the hopes of many people connected to her family. Both girls cheer each other on, confident that they will achieve each other's goals. Their heartfelt moment is cut short by the curfew chime, and since neither has money for a taxi, they sprint back to the dorm together. They arrive home too late, however, and their dorm leader punishes them both with a week of cleaning duty. The next day, the two work together to clean the oversized building, with Kita dropping a spot-on impression of the dorm's leader's stern scolding that makes Daya laugh. Rather than dwelling on the punishment, Kita stays cheerful and declares that cleaning duty is just another fun part of school life. She tells Daya that anything is enjoyable when shared with a best friend and that she cannot wait for them to run together. Daya agrees warmly, although she seems about to add something more. Before she can finish the thought, Twin Turbo's voice suddenly rings out nearby. Kita and Daya rush to the school gates after hearing the cry, only to find Twin Turbo being chased by a mud-covered nice nature, while Daitaku Helios and Majoro Palmer enthusiastically join the chaos. Before the situation can escalate further, Ikono Dictus arrives and slams her book shut, startling everyone and reminding Helios, Palmer, and Turbo that they all owe cleaning duty for various infractions. Kita, thoroughly confused by the scene, whispers to Daya that the whole thing must be a comedy skit, and Daya immediately reaches for her coin purse to tip the performers. Nature corrects them, but the misunderstanding breaks the tension entirely. Helios then pivots to throwing an impromptu welcome party for Kita and Daya, and even the typically stern Dictus agrees it's a good idea. The two new students are touched by the warm reception from their chaotic but kind-hearted upperclassmen. When Dictus asks what punishment Kita and Daya received, they sheepishly admit that they were assigned to cleaning duty as well, immediately bonding them with a group. Helios gleefully declares them all prison pals, and the others riff wildly on what the two newcomers could have possibly have done wrong. Palmer steps in to reassure the flustered pair, presenting herself as a voice of reason, though Nice Nature quickly points out that Palmer is far from ordinary. Daya is stunned to learn that Palmer is from the Majoro family, the same lineage as McQueen, and Helios proudly declares her a front-running goddess. Kita is left awestruck, marveling at how extraordinary everyone at Tracen Academy seems to be. Nearby, Matakane Tannhauser watches the lively scene and quietly wonders what to do. Kita spots the distressed Tannhauser and dashes over to help, who is agonizing over whether to order the pork cutlet curry or something else. Kita cheerfully encourages her to get it, reasoning that the extra calories will fuel her training, and Tannhauser gratefully takes the advice. Helios and Turbos then swoop in with their own suggestions, proposing increasingly outlandish curry toppings until Tannhauser is thoroughly overwhelmed. Kita and Dia watch the exchange with amusement, both noting that there is something oddly soothing about Tannhauser's presence. Meanwhile, Helios quietly schemes with Turbo about a grand finale for the welcome party. Dia gets a bad feeling about whatever they're planning. Helios unveils a DJ kit and kicks off an impromptu party in honor of Kita and Dia, but when Turbo cranks the volume, the bass is so overwhelming that Turbo herself is knocked out by it. The music blares out of control and the group scrambles to stop it before drawing unwanted attention, which they inevitably do anyways. As punishment, everyone is put to work cleaning up the mess together. After that, Palmer apologizes to Kita and Dia for dragging them into the chaos, but sincerely praises their cleanup skills. Kita explains that they are used to it, having done volunteer work together since childhood, which is actually how the two of them first met. Palmer and the others take the whole situation in stride, and Kita and Dia can only shake their heads at how carefree their new friends are. Traysen's community service group visits a group of young Umamusume children, and Nature is immediately swarmed by kids praising her cuteness and begging her to sing, leaving her flustered and overwhelmed. Tannhauser tries to help but only makes things worse by agreeing with the children's adoration. Kita, meanwhile, effortlessly rallies all the children into an organized training session, leaving Nature baffled at how she manages to do it so easily. One blunt little girl corners Tannhauser and points out that she caught a cold before her last race and that a good position should mean first place, leaving Tannhauser emotionally flustered. The same child then warns Dia about eating curry before a race, bringing bad luck, and Dia immediately panics and demands to know how to break the jinx. Nature looks on in disbelief, convinced she is the only sensible one present. When the children begin heading home, the same little girl lingers and clings to Tannhauser, quietly telling her she wants to see her win and urging her not to catch any more colds. Moved by the child's sincerity, Tannhauser makes a promise to win and immediately erupts with a fierce declaration of motivation. The mood then shifts when Kita admits she did not notice Tannhauser or Nature in the welcome race because she was entirely fixated on Teo. Nature takes it in stride, reflecting that next to someone as dazzling as Teo, the rest of them feel like minor supporting characters. Kita pushes back, declaring she will aim for the top and become someone others can look up to, and Dia echoes the same sentiment with her own goal of growing as strong as McQueen. Nature listens warmly, wondering aloud if she was ever that full of passion when she first enrolled. Nature warns Kita and Dia that Traysen Academy is full of exceptional rivals beyond just Teo and McQueen, describing it as a feast of protagonists, each with their own dreams and raw talent. Tannhauser eagerly volunteers to show the newcomers around in what she calls ninja recon mode, observing various racers from the shadows rather than simply approaching them. She points out a trio known as BNW who regularly compete for the top 3 spots, and a pair of undebuted rivals who are already fiercely competitive with each other. Kita is dazzled by the sheer variety of the talent surrounding her, while Dia absorbs every detail thoroughly. The reconnaissance mission is cut short when Twin Turbo tracks Tannhauser down, demanding to know why she gets to race alongside Bourbon and Rice without her. The group then rushes to the track to watch Rice shower and Mihono Bourbon trade firsthand. Kita and Dia are stunned by the power of Rice and Bourbon's training, agreeing they might even rival Teo and McQueen. They find Tannhauser nearby, beaming over a letter from the little girl they met during community service, who writes that she's cheering for her. Overcome with excitement, Tannhauser promptly gets a nosebleed from a surge of emotion. When Dia gently raises concerns about the upcoming race, Tannhauser candidly admits she cannot beat Rice or Bourbon through effort alone, and jokes that only a miracle will do. Kita is left anxious by the casual admission, though Dia reassures her that Tannhauser is still quietly determined not to lose despite her words. The two resolve to cheer her on the next day, both sensing it will be a remarkable race. After the exhibition race, Kita and Dia rush to find Tannhauser and tell her how moved they were watching her to refuse to give up, even when catching Bourbon and Rice was clearly out of reach. Tannhauser brushes off their praise, pointing out that her relentless push cost her awareness of a trailing racer and ultimately left her in 4th place. When Daya suggests her late surge was deliberate strategy, Tannhauser simply shrugs and says she was just trying to win, because what else would a racer do? Her notebook then blows open in the wind, revealing page after page of densely packed training routines, schedules, and repeated reminders to work hard. Kita and Daya are stunned to learn that she completes all of it daily on top of community service, and Tannhauser considers it a perfectly normal workload. She explains quietly that without any special talents, relentless effort is the only path she has toward living up to the expectations of everyone cheering for her. Kita reflects that despite how impressive Tannhauser is on the track, she does not see herself as anything special, and Daya notes that Trajan has a way of making even remarkable racers feel ordinary by comparison. Their conversation is interrupted when Palmer gathers the group together for a strategy session, now that their community service is finally over. Helios celebrates their freedom dramatically while Nature grumbles that they brought the punishment on themselves. Palmer proposes that the group combine their different perspectives to sharpen their skills, acknowledging that none of them are at the top of Trajan's rankings. Dictus notes that this was her original plan all along, before everything spiraled out of control. Kita and Daya watch their new friends shift into serious focus modes, and marvel quietly that at Trajan, chasing first place is simply part of everyday life. After witnessing the dedication of their new friends and rivals, Kita admits to Daya that she has always been naive about what it truly takes to succeed at Trajan Academy. She had imagined glamorous victories earned through simple hard work, never fully grasping the depth of effort and sacrifices like Teo pour into their every single day. Overcome with self-doubt, she quietly wonders whether she really has what it takes to grow that strong and bring smiles to people's faces. Daya admits that she shares the same fear, confessing that what she thought was resolve was really just naivete. Even so, Daya tells Kita not to worry, reminding her of what nature said about shining stars and needing not just dreams and skills but rivals. She then reveals that she has always seen Kita as exactly that. Daya recalls the day they first met during volunteer work, when Kita was the first Umamusume her age she ever had spoken to, and how stunned she was to find someone faster than herself. Over time, watching Kita lead the way sparks something within Daya, a burning desire to overtake her. She tells Kita no matter how formidable the competition at Trajan is, as long as Kita is running ahead of her, she will never stop trying to surpass her. The words echo their childhood pinky swear, and Kita is moved out of her doubt and into a renewed sense of purpose. She declares that having a rival to push herself forward is the most inspiring feeling in the world, and vows in turn that she will not make it easy for Daya to catch her. Together, they commit to chasing their dreams side by side with their brand new friends. Thank you for watching. Please follow my Twitter and Blue Sky for updates, and please check out my other Arknights and Azure Lane videos as well.